Hi, Barely Sapient here. When I first reviewed Oblivion Remastered, I reviewed it on my desktop system, which was fairly decent hardware. I thought it might be interesting to try it out on my laptop, and the results were less than encouraging. Today I decided to see if I could run Oblivion Remastered on my laptop. It has a Ryzen 5700U with Radeon Vega 8 graphics, so well below the recommended system requirements, or even the required system requirements. According to the system requirements listed on Steam, it requires a AMD Ryzen 5 2600X or an Intel Core i7 6800K, 16 gigs of RAM, an AMD Radeon RX 5700, or an NVIDIA GeForce 1070 Ti. I tried to play Oblivion Remastered in both Linux Mint 22.1 and Windows 11 24H2. This is stock footage from my desktop. For both operating systems, I tested at 720p, put it to the lowest possible settings, set FSR to ultra performance, and left frame generation off. For good measure, I also tested the original game on my laptop with all settings set to maximum. Alright, this is in Linux Mint. Right off the bat you can see it's running in the low to mid 20s, even sometimes dropping into the teens. As you can see, the graphics look like kind of a blurry mess. To me, this isn't completely unplayable, but this is only because I used to play Oblivion at low frame rates when the first one came out. I don't know if I'd be able to play Skyrim, for instance, at such a low frame rate. Maybe it's just a weird perspective, I'm not sure. In Windows, I got a video RAM warning. The game requires 6 gigs or more. This is Windows 11, and this looks like it's actually maintaining a slightly higher frame rate. This is the mid-20s, sometimes up in the 30s. So the performance seems a little bit better, at least in the arena, for Windows 11 so far. Unsurprisingly, the original one's much better on my laptop. And also, it looks better because you don't have to make so many compromises to graphical settings at all, and any compromises at all, really. This is in Linux, now in Chenal, walking around town, and as you can see, it's struggling to even get above 20 frames per second. Heck, dropping down to the low teens at times. This is really, really poor performance. This is Windows 11, and it does get above 20 frames per second, but it's not much better. Heck, and watch when I talk to a guard. It drops also down to the low teens as well. This is, again, poor performance. Not much of an improvement, if any, in Windows. So, honestly, I'm surprised I was able to get Oblivion Remastered to run on my laptop at all. Probably a better idea to run the Game of the Year edition, the original version, on hardware like my laptop. It was only playable at all in the arena. Walking around town, it just would not work anywhere else in the game. The original is going to look and play better on low-end hardware for sure, and it'll be easier and more enjoyable. Like and subscribe if you like the video, and comments are always welcome.